various locations across Texoma. We're going to start in Ardmore on our Holiday Inn Ardmore Tower Cam, and you can see skies are mostly sunny there. Again, even though not everybody is in the path of totality, we still got a lot of folks in Texoma checking this eclipse out. This is live from Ada. Same story up there, mostly sunny skies, no low clouds to be found, which is great news there. Now, we're starting to see a few of those popping up here on our southeastern tower cam out in Durant, but otherwise, skies look pretty good there too. And we're also taking a live look at your TMC tower cam. Now, this one is kind of the icing on the cake here, because you notice when we went back from southeastern to TMC, it's darker, and we are much closer to the path of totality here. Not quite yet in Denison, and we'll be just outside of it, but you can see skies are still mostly sunny here, but it is notably dimmer compared to where some of those other locations were. So let's answer the big question here. What are the skies looking like here? You can see this is our visible satellite imagery. So notice how that dark at the beginning of the loop, that's actually the sunrise. So this is what we're looking straight down at, and those clouds still coming up, but we're getting breaks enough to where people can view. Notice how it's getting darker. That is the total eclipse coming in. So here's the wide picture here, and notice, there it is. Notice how quickly it's getting darker. So we are minutes away from the path of totality here in Texoma. So hold tight, because it is looking actually pretty good, all things being considered. And some of those low clouds actually will clear out because of the moon's shadow. It's actually going to cool us down just a little bit. For the most part, though, it is very warm and muggy across Texoma. Currently mid to upper 70s. Those dew points pretty high too. And we have some southerly winds in the picture as well. So warm, humid, breezy. And that is not expected to change here in the next couple hours. So we hit totality here in a few minutes. And then we see mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies here in the next couple hours before those showers and thunderstorms roll in. So again, a quick recap. I mean, everyone's pretty much in their place now. Here are the locations real quickly. And then this totality event over by about 2 or so o'clock, although the eclipse continues through about 3 p.m. After that's over, we need to focus our attention to a weather alert night tonight, believe it or not, for the chance for severe thunderstorms, because, yeah, we do have hail and tornado potential on the way. And we're going to break that down here in a few hours in our normal newscasts, but we'll keep you updated on that. Until then, enjoy the eclipse, and we've got crews all over the place covering that for you. And yeah, the moment of totality almost here. Steve, we're going to take it to you first. What are you seeing up on the rooftop? Or it looks like we got Brady Blackstock maybe at first. It looks very dark where Brady Blackstock is. Brady, what are you showing us?
Most part, we've had decent viewing, at least in some portions of the area. That's not true for everybody. Now, here where I'm standing will be about 99.7% coverage. So in Sherman and Denison, the shadow of the moon will just miss us on totality. I say us here at the News 12 studios. You're watching from Denison or Sherman. But as you go just a few miles east to about Bells, Texas, on up to about Boca Chica, Oklahoma, you are in the area of totality. Okay, I am here to talk about a little bit of safety. This is Solar Eclipse 101. What is wrong with this picture? Ta-da! These are not approved solar viewing glasses. Now, you may have sunglasses that say UV blocking and all that kind of stuff, but that's not what we're talking about. Imagine, if you will, you put diesel fuel on a gas car. That's kind of what's happened to your eyes. If you use the wrong kind of filter, you can seriously damage your eyes, folks, in a very short period of time. I'm talking maybe just a second if you wear the wrong kind of protection. So regular sunglasses, leave them on the dash, leave them in the house. This is what you got to wear. Now, here's how you got to do it. Don't look up at the sun and then put these on. That defeats the purpose and can really damage your eyes. So put these on first and then look up. Oh my, there it is. They nice, really cool. Okay, now, one thing you're going to notice is, wow, it's so small. You know, on TV is this big giant picture that fills my 40-inch or 60-inch TV, whatever. Well, you got to remember, that thing is about 250,000 miles away, that moon that's blocking the sun. So it's not going to look like that unless you have photographic equipment that you can zoom in on. Now, let me borrow your cell phone real quick, can I? I'm going to ask for some help from the folks in the back. Okay, I'm not going to hurt it. Now, a lot of you may want to go out and take a picture with your cell phone. Now, this is doable, but here's why it's dangerous. Okay, first thing you're going to do, you're going to turn on the camera program, and you're going to point the camera at the sun and try to get a picture of it, right? Number one thing, the heat and the radiation from the sun can damage your camera if you do that for very long at all. Second thing, here's the problem. You're hunting around trying to find the sun, and maybe some of the sunlight gets around the edge of the camera and gets you in the eye. So this is really dangerous. The only time you should look at the sun without solar protection is going to be during the totality. Now, if you're in Sherman Denison or Points West, Ardmore, Ada, Pottsboro, Gainesville, you're not in the totality area, so you can never look at the sun directly anytime during the event. Okay, that's enough preaching for now. Now, we're going to go to meteorologist Brady Blackstock. He's in Fannin County. Brady, tell us what you're seeing right there.
All right, I am live in totality in Bonham, Texas, and we have really lucked out because we have seen all sorts of clouds all throughout the day. It's been covering up the sun, and we are mere minutes away from totality here in Bonham. And in fact, dogs are starting to bark, and you could probably tell by my shot, it's pretty dark right now as totality is kind of happening right now as we speak. I'm looking over at the Bonham Water Tower, and the lights in the city are starting to flip on I think you can see behind me. Totality's happening right now. Clouds, not an issue at all. We had plenty of cloud cover throughout the day. We've been out here since 9 o'clock. Aaron Pillay and I have been here with Kelby Archer, who has had this camera peeled on it right now, and he's probably going to have to take his protective lens off because here in a second, I'm not even going to need these glasses. And looking up, I can just see a sliver of the sun poking out as I continue to get darker like it's night right now. This is pretty incredible right now. I'm trying to keep my composure as I'm telling you about what's going on right now. But as you can see, totality is currently happening right now as everything is going dark around me in Bonham. Clouds, not an issue at all. And you can hear the crowd reacting to how amazing this moment is. I feel so fortunate to be here in the path of totality, so close to the station. We only drove 30 minutes to get here. And there's a lot of people out here too. We'll be checking in with Aaron Pillay a little bit later, and hopefully we'll be able to see her. I don't even know if you could see me that great. We had to get our light out just so you could see me because it's basically like I'm doing a live shot at night right now. Yeah, the light on the Bonham water tower is on right now, and yep, there it is. There's the eclipse. I don't even need my glasses. That is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. This is the second time I've seen one. I saw the one in 2017, but this one is incredible because with all the cloud cover, we weren't quite sure we were going to get to see it, but the skies opened up just in time for this extremely magical moment. Steve, I'm grinning ear to ear. This is a pretty magical moment right now.
Okay, Steve back here in Sherman with our intrepid crew on the roof. Now, the sun is almost totally blocked here right now. There's a little sliver that's still visible, but we have felt the temperature drop several degrees since the sun's radiation has been obscured. And you know how it is when you get into the shade of a tree, it immediately feels cooler. I'm going to ask Kylie Dedman to pan over this way, show some of the sky condition, but also show that the street lights have come on, making the train happy. So that just shows you how much dimming we've had. But even though, folks, it's only like 0.3% that's not covered, it's enough to keep us far from being dark. This is more like what I would call a storm twilight. You know, a big thunderstorm's coming and the sky gets dim. This kind of looks a little bit spooky like that. Now, back to the safety. Let's see what the sun looks like right now with the moon in front of it. There it is, just a teeny tiny sliver, less than 1% coverage. According to NASA, it's 99.7% covered here in central Grayson County. And we are now in the period of totality for folks to the east of us. And we're going to be going back to Fannin County in just a sec because they are now in the total shadow of the moon, folks, over there. Also talked about Choctaw County, parts of southern Grayson County, Collin County, a good chunk of the Metroplex, all within that total shadow. Now this thing is racing across the earth at thousands of miles per hour, and that's why you only got about 4 minutes. If you're in the total zone, the shadow's moving fast because, you know, the earth is spinning about 1,000 miles an hour. The moon's also moving. So the geometry, the thing that allows the sun to be blocked by the moon, doesn't last very long. I think the max is about 4 minutes, and that was in Lampasas, Texas. Around Texoma, it's running close to 4 minutes in a few spots from Paris east to Clarksville. But right now, we are in totality in Fannin County. We're going to go to Aaron Pillay and see what the crowd thinks about that.
Hey Steve, right now I'm at the Armory in Bonham, and as you can see, it's starting to lighten up a little bit since you guys saw Brady, and if you could see around me, people have just been over the moon to see the eclipse. They're clapping right now as the sun starts to come back out on us. Now, the Fannin County Emergency Management Office, as well as local law enforcement agencies, also have a command center here. They told me that US 82 has been flowing steady, but people are filling up the frontage roads, trying to get a glimpse at the eclipse. I can imagine a lot of people stopped once it hit darkness right there. They say that Highway 121 is similar. Now, lots of folks here, like I said, we've met people from Colorado. We even met a couple from Australia, which was super neat. That is very far away. Now, you can see the sun is still starting to come back up on us. The eclipse is just about over here. It lasted about 3 minutes here in Bonham, and it's been such a neat experience. Now, we're going to head across the Red River. We're going to go to Hugo, where News 12's Kayla Holt is set up. Oh, we're going to go back to Steve in the studio.
Okay, welcome back. And you know, just in like the last 90 seconds that I haven't been with you, look how much things have already started to lighten up. This is, again, a fast-moving event. Pretty remarkable, though. It won't happen again in the United States until August 23rd, 2024. Now, when that happens, it won't be a total eclipse in Texoma. That's going to be sometime much farther down the road, but we will have a partial eclipse again on August 23rd, 2024. Now, what is this? Why do I have this here? Well, this is called the monocular. Some folks have two of these together, and they're called the binocular, okay? So I can look off to the horizon with this and see some cool stuff. Guess what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to point it up, okay? This is an unfiltered optical device, like a binocular or telescope. If you don't have a solar filter on this thing, and we still have about 1 hour and 10 minutes to go now, the whole process is reversing. You're going to see the moon slowly move away from the sun now in the exact same fashion, at the exact same speed we saw it cover. So it's pretty cool still, but you're doomed if you do this, folks. It's called solar retinopathy, or here's the deal. Your eye has no pain sensors inside of it, so you can burn your eye. And you might think, Steve Lenore doesn't know what he's talking about. Ain't hurting to me. It is hurting you and you don't know it. So I can't overstress. Approved solar devices only. Now we're going to go down inside the station to Brian Briggs in the studio.
Kind of jump up on the roof and go take a quick peek at it. It got really, really dark here at the Sherman 12 studios. So yeah, it was a really cool experience. And of course, continue to stay safe as the moon starts to move away from the sun here. We're kind of on the backside of the eclipse now. Weather should hold out. Now your attention should be turning to the severe thunderstorm potential that we have later on tonight. And we will be keeping you updated on that as we go through the rest of the afternoon and evening. But again, some folks still in the path of totality here. And even if we wanted to pop up the satellite real quickly just to kind of show what it looks like here on the visible, at least from space. We could here just real quickly to kind of explain what's going on. But either way, I know a lot of folks in Texoma are getting a really cool show no matter where you are, whether you're in the path of totality or not. So we will definitely continue to kind of keep you updated here in the next few minutes. And yeah, we have a bit of, again, that severe weather threat kind of coming in as we go in several hours here. But yeah, there's that satellite view here. You can see, again, it starts off with the sun coming up. You can see those clouds being lit up by the sun. And yeah, that shadow that you're seeing of the clouds disappearing, that is the actual eclipse going on. So it's shadowing a lot of the region right now. It still is and will be for the next several hours here. So again, as Steve mentioned, please continue to be safe. As the sun kind of comes back here, it's going to start to get brighter. That does not mean that your eyes are any safer. Definitely continue to use that protection to look at the sun and the moon as they continue to kind of do their thing here over the next couple hours. And yeah, hopefully everybody has a safe ride home and did enjoy this total solar eclipse.
Thank you, Brian. And that is our 2024 Total Solar Eclipse Special. Thank you so much for joining us for this. Tune in to News 12 tonight for a complete wrap of this historic day. We now send you back to CBS News coverage of the eclipse across the country. What an amazing moment. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you back here for News 12 at 4.